See, I told you get two this week. Welcome back. Now this video is being made on the day that you're watching this, or the day of its release at the very least, the 29th. And today in Illinois, it is snowing. We've gotten about 4 inches so far. Here's some footage of me going out, touching snow, and tossing it off my balcony. I hope you enjoy that. Anyway, with these next coming posters, I really hope that you kind of like them, because these are some of my, some of my top favorites within year one. So please, let's begin. To start, we have this banana poster. And this poster is just very simple colors, with a little bit of shading happening on both the banana and the leaves here. Leaves being two-toned, kind of like that palm leaf coming in from the top to kind of balance out this very heavy bottom that's happening here. And then the banana being very simple, just your plain old banana curving into the corner to frame the type here, which is literally called banana. It's the banana typeface that says banana. It's also part of the reason why I chose it, because it also felt a little more tropical. Now, this 450 milligrams of potassium is the stat for every banana has on average 450 milligrams of potassium. So I added that stat within the Bingo Dylan regular typeface, and this does come from our inspiration piece here, as it is Apparel Spritz, yeah. And the stats down here for ice: 100 milliliters of Aperol, 150 milliliters of Processo soda, and then to top it off with an orange slice. So, using that same blue square to act as our framing here, with that light beige in the background, using the same simplicity that was happening here, right over here, and just making sure that I also wanted to find a typeface that fit as well as this did, and I think banana fit very well, having the auxiliary elements here kind of being the leaves here, and then the banana being the focus, of course, with that black text, like I was already mentioning, some colors to be our markers for information. So all of this coming together within this format. I like I said at the beginning, really liked this poster, so we're going to go right into another poster that I really like. So let's go. Okay, here's our second poster, called Vanishing Beauty. But my official side title that I kind of used for this, just for file-wise, I called it My Warhol, because this is inspired by Andy Warhol, which we will get into right away before we start covering any more aspects of the poster. This is a combination of his Vanishing Animals exhibit and his Marilyn Monroe paintings. So I decided to take his styling of the Vanishing Animals and combine it with more of a woman drawing here to make that Vanishing Beauty. And as my tagline, I called it Vanishing Beauty, a fragile dance with time, to show that nothing can really last forever, essentially just being hey, in the eyes of society, you will fall out of a beauty standard kind of thing. That being said, in terms of our elements, for the background here, I use that same kind of pinkish gray happening in the background. I used the same pink and purple for the main element, with the offset that is had for that stamped on look, like layering a stamp. Following the same title scheming here, we have Vanishing Animals, Vanishing Beauties. I just did not translate it into German. So to have his name, Andy Warhol, mine, Quentin Crown, and then he just has a location for everything, the time, the date, the location, all of it down here. But I just decided to go with a simple tag down here. In terms of type, this is another one where it's not activated. That's weird, but it's here. So this is what the type is for now. I probably won't find it in editing, so if you want to find it, you absolutely can. So just like I was naming the colors, obviously the black for the information, that's kind of like the most common color. This all coming together to be my Vanishing Beauty. I had actually drawn this in model of my girlfriend. I have a picture of her like kind of looking like this at the camera. So I decided to draw this. And in year 1, we had only been dating for just over, it was like a year and over 6 months. So I had drawn this as she was the inspiration kind of behind like who was going to be my Marilyn Monroe. So yeah, that all coming together. Again, poster that I really liked. Now we get to move into the last one for today. While it isn't one of my favorites, I did still enjoy making it. Okay, so for the last poster of today, this one is called Self-Reflection, as it is very clearly a mirror with already some light reflections bouncing off of it, as I have it in a mask here with the typeface up here. Wow, I am missing on these. I need to go back and actually find all of these again and make sure I have them so I can show them to you in the video. Regardless, we have the type in the middle there being Self-Reflection on the mirror that is framed here, obviously with my logo on the bottom. But this coming together, very simple, very easy, one that I think would be interesting to put up. Even this could be done very practically, of course, taking an actual mirror and then taking some like vinyl stickers and just squeegeeing that on to say Self-Reflection. This is something like that could be a very practical piece, but this does come from our inspiration image being this small like paperweight statue. And the first thing that I thought of this was a reflected image of someone. Now, of course, it does kind of look like a couple coming together, but I saw this as a like reflected image almost. So I decided to go with this mirror saying Self-Reflection. So coming back to this, our colors very simple. That those two shades of blue being the main colors of our mirror. It's kind of just what is used for glass normally when drawing these kind of things, with a very like solid gray border just to not take away from the main part of this poster. And then I used white for the text. It was supposed to be something that wasn't super prevalent, something that wouldn't stand out like crazy, and something that you could look at and be like, oh, that's a mirror with Self-Reflection on it. That kind of makes sense, but then you would also begin to take your own message away from that. I digress. That is going to be the final poster of today. In terms of editing, this might be a regular video, might be a shorter video. Regardless, that's going to be today's video. And of course, as always, I ask you to comment what your favorite poster was of today's video, and like the video, subscribe, as it would help me, as we're now like a month in with a couple videos done, and we're almost done with year 1, surprisingly. So that's super exciting. We get to move on to year 2 pretty soon. That all coming together. I've said this pretty much every video. Go to my website. You can see all of these posters on full display. You can see some of my other work if you so choose. And that's going to be all from me today. So, I love you. Goodbye.